Missouri, home to some of the best turkey hunting in the country. A perfect place for Bob Folkrod to complete his 5-year quest for a world slam.
You see him, Ariane?
It's as it happens. It's 100% real, and it starts now.
Welcome to another Bob Folkrod's hunting adventure. This week I'm going down with my good friend Jerry Martin, head of the pro team at Bass Pro Shop. Yeah, I completed my world slam by getting the eastern turkey. So whatever your hunt is and your adventure, always enjoy and make lots of memories. So sit back and enjoy another Bob Folkrod's hunting adventure.
Victor Dodge, Bass Pro Shops, Alamositos Ranch, and Martin Archery present Bob Folkrod's Hunting Adventures.
Seven continents, 80 species, a 5-year quest in the making. High adventure, dangerous game, real-world training tips. This is Bob Folkrod's Hunting Adventures.
Bob Folkrod and Jerry Martin are hunting turkey.
There's one coming across the field.
But this morning in the spring woods of southwest Missouri has far more significance than meets the eye.
3 big old gobblers come into the field, and 2 of them never did go in the strut, and this one went in the strut. I mean, he just come up through there.
It's the end of a quest, part of an obsession to bag all of North America's game animals with a Browning firearm. And included in Folkrod's obsession quest, all 6 species of turkey, the World Slam. It's taken the 2 friends across a continent, from Mexico's central highlands to the jungles of the Yucatan, from the snow-covered mountains of Colorado to the steamy forests of central Florida. With this shot, Bob will have bagged his eastern bird and achieved his World Slam of turkeys. But sometimes things don't go the way they're planned.
You know, when we first started this quest for the turkeys, old Jerry gave me one of the redhead calls there they came out with, which was a Jerry Martin signature series, and says, well, some of you got to buy a Jerry Martin's call just to, you know, go out and call turkeys. I just take Jerry Martin with me. Well, I guess I should say I don't really care whether we're hunting turkeys or what we're hunting. We just have a great time.
When Jerry and Bob can spend a few days in a hunting camp, it's more than a job. It's a renewal of a lifelong friendship.
That'll go. Talk about making memories now. Making potatoes, got a fire going in the wood stove, steaks ready to put on a grill. Sit here and hear turkeys right from the porch. If I have to explain that scene to you, you wouldn't understand.
You know, when Bob started his quest, the World Slam turkey was in his quest, and I was tickled when he wanted to end it up right here in Missouri, you know, with his eastern bird. I'd give him a box call to do his quest with, and Bob called me before he started the quest. He says, hey, have you got a shotgun I could use? A Browning shotgun, and I said, sure. He didn't want to haul one on the plains with him, you know, and he was welcome to use mine.
Well, I don't want you to miss because this one ain't never missed one yet.
It's got the right brand on it.
Browning Gold?
Well,
I lost the little red deal out of there, but I just, no big deal.
we got him.
Bob Folkrod's Hunting Adventures is brought to you by these fine sponsors: Vortex, Kinatrek, Kufaru, and Buck Fever Synthetics.
For the love of mud, gravel, and trail dust. For the love of farm roads, dirt roads, and no roads. For the love of hunting, fishing, and working the land. For the love of conservation, preservation, and restoration. Introducing Tracker off-road vehicles, designed and built on American soil for kicking up American soil. Tracker off-road, built for love of country.
There's a place where speed bumps don't exist, and donuts are served fresh every morning. Welcome to Muscleville, a Dodge owner's paradise. The only dating is speed dating. The mayor is this guy, and the town square is a straightaway. Head to Muscleville, where every day is a performance day.
Closed captioning has been provided by Swarovski Optic.
Here's one of the things that I do when I'm traveling. Obviously, you heard me talk about my Pelican gun case that doesn't look like a gun case. You know, it's got fishing stickers onto it. We've covered that before. I got another Pelican case that's it's got a lot of air miles onto it. And then what I've done, whether I'm going at a show or whether I'm going on a hunt, I normally have a firearm with me that I carry for a concealed permit. And what I've done, I've got one that's got a code onto it for my handgun that I put in there. So that's got a lock onto it. That goes into it. I've got the one next to it that holds the knife, flashlight, my clip, you know, my ammo. Great ammo right there just for that. But everything goes into a box. This also gets locked up. I've got my obviously my case for my handgun when I get there. You know, hopefully when they look in there and see the sheriff's badge. You didn't know that, did you, Ted Nugent? You ain't the only one that's got a sheriff. Bradford County deputy sheriff myself, you know. So anyway, that's how I pack everything. Of course, all my clothes and shoes and everything will go into this. Everything goes back into this Pelican case, gets locked up. Also has a lock onto it. So I'm covered all the way around, you know. So gun case that doesn't look like a gun case, and my Pelican case, I feel pretty confident all my gear is going to get there safe and sound.
All right, where are we going?
I think we better hit the big woods.
You know, turkey hunting has always been really special to me. Gosh, it's so easy to get hooked on when you get a turkey gobbling in your face, you know, it's pretty exciting.
You know, things started right out, boy, I mean, the old turkey was just, you know, hammered. And geez, one came out, you know, and he was coming at us. There's one coming across the field. Way out, 200 yards out in the middle of the field. I don't know, maybe he had his old butt kicked or something the night before or the day before, but he wasn't coming any further. Yeah, he's gonna go the other way. Well, it was running about 11 o'clock, and old Jerry made a call, and we heard one way off in the distance. He said, man, we need to get to that Salt Lake field and set up. And so we got under some trees there and set up. He made a couple more calls, and he says, I'll make him look for us, you know. So you knew he was kind of listening, and Jerry gets real patient at that time. You know, he makes him old gobblers look for him.
He shot some misses.
I couldn't find that red bead. That's no excuse, but I couldn't find that red bead on that shotgun to save my butt. I knew old Jerry was going to give her to me. You know, here I missed that bird out there. Now I got to listen to Jerry's guff, you know. There's a tear in my beer. Well, most people get discouraged and go back home, you know, after that morning hunt. We put the boat in and did some fishing. That made up for maybe the miss, you know.
Get these cooked up, we'll be ready to eat.
I'm waiting for you. Next thing you know, Jerry's frying them up, and you could hear the old sizzling of the old fish frying up. And you knew it was coming, you know, because I'd have done the same thing to him. Ah, a little turkey breast would sure have been nice to put in here, you know. Well, we had to catch an extra whole bunch of fish because we don't have any turkey breast to go in there. I'd have done the same thing to him and been smiling every minute of it. But it was just a fantastic day, all day long.
Transportation for all of Bob Folkrod's hunting adventures is provided by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
They did me good again. I was on a bighorn sheep up in Alberta this year with them, and I see it was getting a little bit thin on the bottom here. I worn the tread off, and I'm starting to get a couple tears, and you know, which is understandable because these Kenetrek boots probably got 12 sheep hunts and under them, and no telling how many mule deer and elk and everything else it's got. But you know, everybody knows what sheep hunts are, you know, so. I think I'm doing pretty good, and you won't believe it. I mean, when these come back, I mean, I'm going to go in and wash them up just like we did when we was getting ready to, you know, when I come back in from a hunting camp. I've got regular insoles that my chiropractors made for me. I took them out, and then I'm going to send these back in, and you won't believe these when they come back in. They look just like a brand new pair, all reconditioned, you know. So again, you know, you spend good money to get a great pair of boots that last me several years, and just a few more dollars I can send them back in and almost like a brand new pair again, and I know they're going to fit because they're already broken in. So think about that. At least 12 different sheep hunts that those boots gotten under them. I mean, that's down in Mexico to Alberta to BC I mean, they got the Yukon, you know, they've got a lot of hard miles onto them, and that's just sheep. That ain't counting everything else, mountain goat, you know, mule deer, elk, all the other things. So a lot of memories in these boots, and I'm going to send them out, get them reconditioned, and going to make a lot more memories with them. Remember when I sent my Kenetrek boots off to have them redone? Well, let's look inside. They came today, just in time for me to go on my moose hunt. You know they'll already be broke in. Can't wait to see them. Look at that. Look at that, right in the box. Coming out, coming out. Look at that. I wore the tread off on them, turned around and sent them back in. They totally redone, put a whole new bottom onto it. I know they're gonna fit just like they did before. That's why you spend money and get yourself a good pair of boots right off the bat, because you can have them done over and over again. Kenetrac, I'm totally satisfied.
And that, my folks, is the tip of the day.
I wonder, with so many excellent camouflage patterns on the market, why is it that so many hunters get categorized into wearing only 1 or 2 patterns for a specific type of hunting? I like to take several patterns on any given trip so that I can adapt to whatever surroundings I find myself in. I try to research the area and have some idea if it's an arid area or if it's brushy or if I'll be hunting out of a tree stand. Some of the patterns typically worn for waterfowl hunting are perfect for hiding in tall grass or brush when deer or turkey hunting. Some of the traditional deer hunting patterns work great for fooling those low flyers in standing timber. So instead of getting in the rut of choosing camo to hunt a specific animal, pick the pattern that most closely matches the surroundings you'll be hunting in. You just might find that being a camo chameleon will help you seal the deal on your next hunt.
Spring 2004. The quest for the World Slam of Turkeys begins. Central Florida is home to the Osceola turkey. It's tight, lush, semi-tropical forest, hard to work in the dense foliage. In the hill country of central Texas, the magnificent Rio Grande turkey was next on the list. The central highlands of central Mexico are a spectacular setting for a hunt. It's difficult country to access. The Gould's turkey is a difficult prize. April is cold in the high country of Colorado. Home to the Merriam turkey.
Oh, you heard me shoot, did you?
And in the unfamiliar jungles of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, there is the ocellated turkey. Smaller with brilliant plumage, this almost peacock-like bird is a rarely taken trophy, which left only the familiar eastern turkey for Bob's World Slam.
This was my last bird, the eastern bird, which I saved it till the last because I knew what kind of a trip it was going to be. Turkey hunting's great, friendship's great, fishing's great. I mean, what more can a guy say than that right there?
Second day, right, boy, we had a lot of gobbling activity. I mean, we really got in tight on the birds.
You know, you feel like a yo-yo, you know, you're up or down, or they coming, they're not coming, and he comes out and he's looking, and all of a sudden he spots something he don't like. And boop, boop. Jerry says, take him. You know, I put the shotgun up, no red bead again. Got that little camera sitting there pointing back at me, and I know you're gonna see when you do one of these. I'm kind of trying to get both eyes on that, and I squeezed her off.
Missed again. Actually missed the bird twice.
I didn't even roll him. I didn't even take a feather out of him. He just kind of flew off.
With 2 missed shots and the World Slam of Turkey in jeopardy, it was time for a new plan.
I found a little red shotgun shell on the ground, and I stood there and I whittled that down, and I made me a bead, and I says, there, I'm ready to go now. So, you know, what do? We start getting the bad boy. And we call and we stop, and we call and we stop. Called and boom, one answers. And we come in there and we sit down. Here comes up. You could see his head coming up through. I said to Ken, I says, do you see him? Are you on him? He's coming right at us. Got him. Next time he picks his head up. Got him. woof, down he went. Yeah. And that was my obsession quest. That's my world slam with a brownie. I didn't want to get 3 strikes on me on that one. Oh.
But there's more than one way to miss a turkey.
Are you on him? Are you on him?
And the camera was setting this over a ways. You know, anytime that you're not setting together, you have a different point of view. And we had 2 birds pop up. Bob asked him if he was on him. He said, yeah. Bob shot the bird. Well, there was 2 different birds.
He was filming the one he seen. I was shooting at the one I seen. And I guess the good news is I got my Eastern, the World Slam. Well, that's the last of them right there.
And I told him, I said, now, you know, I said, I got a tag. I said, you call a bird for me.
Right in front of you.
The Deal of the Week is brought to you by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Check them out at victorcdjr.com.
You all know I get my trucks at Victor Chevrolet, but when it comes to my wife's vehicle, we always shop at Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. I trust them. You should too.
Introducing a boat built on tradition. Delivering a lifetime of fishing adventures. Inspiring the next generation. A boat, motor, and trailer package for everyone. The Bass Tracker Classic. The tradition continues. See it at your nearest Tracker Boats dealer.
Now it's time for a closer look. Moments in the field that only multiple cameras can reveal. Let's take a closer look at how pro hunter Bob Folkrod managed to miss not 1 but 2 boats. Bob borrowing an unfamiliar gun. Bob not going to the range. Bob wearing glasses, Bob not wearing glasses. Bob not wearing glasses to hunt. The shadow cam shows Bob struggling to see his sights. Miss. This time, Bob's wearing his glasses. Same camera, same struggle. Missed again. Undaunted, the resourceful pro makes the front sight 50-something friendly. Bingo. This slam is complete. Resourceful. The mark of a true hunting pro, Bob Folkrod.
Well, one thing about hunting camp in this old camp here, you know, it's kind of a rough old camp, you know. Gonna throw some steaks on the grill, reminisce, watch the sunset go down.
Turkey hunting's good, friendship's good. And I think these steaks are gonna be real good.
Yeah.
Been a good day, hasn't it? It's been a real good day.
With the pressure of completing Bob's World Slam behind them, the 2 friends are back in the spring woods. This time, Jerry's got the shotgun and Bob's carrying the box call.
Well, we had a big plan. We heard some turkeys gobbling from the cabin. Bird flew down off the end of the point there with some hens shut up. But we just sat there because we knew there was birds right there in the area. We continued to call and seemed to like Bob's box call. And then I wanted Bob to call, so I was giving him a little sign like yelp, 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 you know. Of course, he wasn't gonna call. We had a little bit of communication failure there, but you know, after the bird drifted away, we got up, moved down that way just a little bit, made a call, and he answered. I like that. Better sit up. So, boy, we had to set up fast. You know, we flanked down He was just barely got the camera up, didn't have time to get the cover on. You know, I moved right out beside him and got my gun up, and he was on us just almost immediately. He came up there on top of the hill, gobbled one time, and
very good. Let that sky right in front of you. Okay. Got him.
really happened fast. You know, anytime that you start yelping to a bird, you better have plenty of cover and you better be able to set up in a hurry. I think it was a pretty good lesson I've had given to me a lot of times. You know, if you can if the bird just hangs up on you and you just stop calling, let him drift off, move up to where he was gobbling or where he's strutting, you know, his strut zone, give another call. Very often they'll run right back in on you. We've had it happen a lot of times.
He's got a good beard on him.
He's got a nice beard on him.
Heavy bird.
Nice bird. Today, this old, I can't hear very good, can't call very good, but I know when they keep gobbling, they come that far, I'm going to keep doing it.
That little piece of red plastic.
That's special, you know. I whittled that out, put that in there. Helps too, don't it?
We just had a great time all week. Seems like we do every time we get together.
You're loving it, ain't you? I do too.
With his eastern bird, part of Bob Folkrod's obsession quest for North American game animals is complete. He's taken each of the 6 species of turkey with a Browning firearm, the World Slam. But for Folkrod and for Jerry Martin, the hunts and the quest will continue.
Well, 5 years ago, we went down to Florida. That was the start of it. You know, and old Jerry gave me this call. You know, my game plan was to have Jerry with me. We was gonna do the World Slam together. I had him here, I got him here, and we finished up the Eastern together. And what he don't know is I'm still gonna get him down to Mexico. I'm gonna be with him when he gets his World Slam.
For help with all of your hunt booking needs, contact J&M Safaris at jnmsafaris.com.
After your successful hunt of a lifetime, contact Wes Good at canadistudio.com for the finest taxidermy in the business. Be sure to follow Bob and all his adventures at bobfolkrod.com/TV and facebook.com/bfolkrod. And don't forget to hit the like button.